Hey there, paper geeks and glitter nerds, it's Anna the Crazy Geek Crafter. This week's card is quite easy. I think any beginner should be able to do it. It's made with the paper from this paper pad I bought online and printed out. Now I printed it just on paper, so I'm going to have to back it with some cardstock just to give it some more stability, because I want to do a die cut inlay technique. The tools you need for this are quite simple. You need a piece of paper, preferably I'd say a piece of pattern paper, but it's not actually required. Then you need a die. I am using a sentiment die so that the sentiment and the focal point is actually the same thing. Then you're going to need some cardstock and maybe some embellishment of some kind if you want. So I decided to use this cheap double-sided tape to adhere my paper to the cardstock. I am going to try and cut this cardstock down and run it through the printer, see if I can print directly on it for future use. But I don't know yet if that will work. And I also needed to test the printer. That's why I just printed this one piece. I will be making this card for a guy, so I will not be using the scalloped rectangle to back this strawberry paper. That would make it, I think, a bit too feminine. But first I have to figure out what part of this paper I'm going to cut to use for my card. Since I can just print another copy if I want, I am not that concerned about waste when I'm making this card. It would possibly have been easier for me to cut the words out of the white cardstock I'm gonna back these with first and then do these ones as the final step, but I was just working. I wasn't thinking much. But you have to remember to keep all the pieces inside and out, otherwise you won't get a seamless card front. This part is always trial and error for me. Should I put the glue directly to the cardstock, or should I put the glue on the side and then move it with an object? I think the best choice here, at least with this container of glue, is to put a blob on the paper and then use another tool, in my case a toothpick, to move it. I felt I had more control. It took longer, but there was less oozing of the glue. I did find that the panel was a bit plain, so I found a strawberry that I felt I could easily cut out and did just that to embellish the front. I couldn't find any drops that I thought matched with the colors of this paper, but what really brought this card to life and brightened the colors somehow was when I put glossy accents on the text and the strawberries. Now, I am getting a bit tired here, and the pain is setting in, so I just wanted this over and done with. But it really did make the card to put the glossy accents on the berries. And you can see here how sweaty I've gotten. That's a sign of me having pain, actually. I just needed to get this done, and then the card could lay overnight and dry, since I was going to need it the next morning. It was important that I got it finished. The card was bowing a bit, so I put some acrylic blocks on top. I placed them strategically so that it would keep the card flat, and it actually worked. When it was dry the next morning, it was completely flat. And this was this week's card. I hope you enjoyed it, and I do encourage you to show yourself by commenting, liking this video, subscribing, and if you're afraid to miss the next video, ring that little bell next to the subscribe button. Until next time, I hope you'll be having a good day, evening, or night.